I'd like to give a little bit of an overview on the main site for assistive technology. I'd like to start out by saying that I did not know that this website existed. It's been really great to kind of get to know this site a little bit better, and I really think that it's going to help me understand some of my students even better and give some helpful and suggestive hints to teachers and some of my students. So I'll start out with this, that this is the home site. It gives a nice little broad overview, and it tells you the site is designed to help make assistive and universally designed technology more available to Maine children, adults, and seniors who need them. Underneath it, I thought this was important. It gives that goal that it to increase access to acquisitions of assistive technology when needed to participate in everything included in education, community living, and employment. It lists specifically up top here tabs just for those specifics and goes into a little bit more detail, running through a bunch of different choices to click on and websites to run through, both for employment, for education, and also for that community living. The next section on for the main menu was the demonstrations. For the demonstrations, this is really neat that another thing that I didn't know that existed, running through and basically helping a person that needs the assistive technology compare the features and figure out what's going to basically be the best for them. And after going through and exploring that, the next, which I think was well organized underneath, is the devices for loan. I'm sure I know in reading through that some of the more high-tech equipment costs a lot of money, and trying out these to see if it's going to be the right one, I think is incredible. That places like this All Tech for University of Maine in Farmington, CARES, Pine Tree Society, that they try and help assist to get those to the people that need them and really let them be hands-on and use them to see if it's something that they should buy. Another thing that I found interesting was in our readings for the assistive technology in the classroom, I saw that basically funding was a struggle because of those prices. So not only do they have devices for loan, but they also have equipment reuse, which I thought was great. The all-tech recycling and reuse, I found this very helpful, that the consumers with a savings of 50 to 80% over cost of new equipment. So if it's something that's still in good use that could be used by somebody else, but you're able to get it cheaper, that's incredibly helpful. Underneath the reuse program, it has a paying for the assistive technology. It runs through a bunch of different organizations, foundations. There's grants for all of these. And this page is quite impressive. It keeps running through. I went through and was clicking on some of these different sites. It just keeps going, which is wonderful to see. It's not just one or two and people have to go through them. It keeps on going, and I'm going to scroll just a little bit faster so I don't take up too much time, but it just keeps on going, which I thought was awesome. So the next section, dealing with not only in our chapter 13 did we deal with reading about the funding, but also it mentioned that in the educational that there was a lack of knowledge and skill to basically help out. And so there's a website section here for the training, not only for the people that have it, but basically how to assist those in need or using those specific devices. It lists one of the newer ones that's going to be happening May 16th for the WordPress camp at Maine College for the accessibility and WordPress, but also it runs through and archives any of the past webinars to check out what happened during them, and actually gives you links to check out those archives. The other thing, and dealing with our education, it asks for finding things that would be helpful in education. So I thought that this was great in the resource area. It gives a whole bunch of ways for way to contact them, partners to contact, different types of publications. great resources for the laws that we read through in our book. That was really helpful. Just to click real quick on the laws and policies, it runs through trying to keep it as up to date as possible, all the things that have happened in the past. But I really appreciated the apps. I know that my school, I've seen other schools that have been using iPods and iPads in the classroom, or computers that are apps and programs that are helpful. But we read also in the book about the culture that sometimes the culture doesn't allow to have the best possible equipment, or sometimes paying for. I know that a lot of schools are struggling with money at this point, so not only do they list apps that are helpful that you can pay for, but also it gives free must-have apps for special education. I actually clicked on a couple of these and went through, and I thought that they were really awesome. There was one for autism that was helping out with expressions, which was great. So this is a broad overview of the website for Maine for assistive technology.